As you all know, the crime rate in our city continues to rise each year. Today, I would like to announce a new crime prevention initiative that will stop this epidemic which plagues our city. Security cameras will be installed in over 2,000 locations throughout the city, and sections of the city will be partitioned using large gates. We believe these measures will help us to prevent crime as well as assist in gathering evidence in case a crime is committed. I would like to assure you all that this new policy has been implemented solely for the purpose of maintaining public safety and is in no way designed to invade your right to privacy. I am here to ask for your support in taking back our beloved city from crime and fear.
Yeah, damn straight. Yo, you seen KG lately? Maybe he got busted.
Man, you ain't heard? Word on the street said Shun Ying's crew took him.
Yeah? But KG runs with the Zaps, right? What the hell he's got to do with Shun Ying anyway?
She thinks Dwayne capped her old man, so she after his crew now.
Ah, yeah, payback, huh?
Dwayne says he got nothing to do with it, so he's gathering his crew to take KG back.
Ah, yeah. Smell some cool gangsta action coming our way.
Fool, ain't nothing cool about this. It's gonna be a bloody war, dog.
Hey, yo, what's your problem, huh?
Yeah, we talking some important business here. Take your ass somewhere else, homeboy.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm talking to you, fool.
Oh, you think you funny, huh?
You laugh on this now.
Oh, you son of a... You dead now! Yeah.
Come on.
You want some of this? Come on. Come on.
You've got quite a reputation. So, you ready to roll?
I warmed up on the way.
Nice. I don't want any trouble later, so I'll tell you this now. This isn't a normal brawler job. It's a bit more complicated.
Hey, where's KG? We know he in there!
Yeah, come on out here!
They think I nabbed one of their boys. Of course, they're probably just saying that to get a piece of us.
If you want to prove your innocence, I suggest you go find a lawyer.
Sure, if I'm only dealing with cops. See, that's where you come in. I want you to take out every gang member in this area, including the Zaps leader, Dwayne.
Easy for you to say.
Thanks. I'll leave them to you.
A brawler? What, Shorty can't even fight her own battle? Where the hell is KG? Damn! Alright, you wanna war? Yo, take them all out. Shun Ying, the brawler, everyone. Show them what they get for messing with this crew. Yeah, get some backup from the downtown crew. I'll pay them if I have to.
Dwayne's a cautious guy, so he won't make the first move. We'll have to draw him out. So go over to their territory. Word on the street is that Dwayne has convinced the Hell's Legion bike gang to come after us. Their boss, Glenn, thinks Dwayne will give him props if he takes us down. The street gangs are getting jumpy from all the recent activity in town. They're just a bunch of random punks and way too disorganized to try anything ballsy like taking us on. But I say we take them. Dojo controls the east side of 16th Street. The guys who hang out there are just a bunch of gangbangers posing as a group of vigilantes. As we've expected. The Zaps are mounting a counterattack for payback over all the damage you've caused. Unfortunately, still no good. of the woods lately. They're not exactly the touristy type. In fact, if they're not stirring up trouble on their own, they've been known to get mixed up with Dwayne's men on occasion. I want you to head over there and scope out the scene. Live and die by the motto, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. So, it's unsurprising that they're still sore over losing one of their guys from the attack we staged. Personally, I think they had it coming to them anyways. Leader of the Hell's Legions. He's the kind of guy who's content to just kick back and let his underlings do the dirty work.
Let's tear it up!
Jake is a brawler who gets paid to bust people up. I hear he's officially on Glenn's payroll now. Jumped by the Zaps, and 4 of them spent the night at the hospital. We're gonna get revenge for this. Glenn has hired Miguel Estevez and his men for an attack on Chinatown. We'll burst their bubble and launch a surprise attack while they're still preparing for their little raid. Seems our friend Jake is too much of a handful, even for Glenn. I don't know if it's because Glenn lacks the money, or the cojones. Over there is Kadonashi, the Grand Master of Kadonashi Dojo. He wouldn't normally get involved in his disciples' petty disputes, but when a few of them get messed up by a stranger, he takes it seriously.
You got something?
From the West Side Gym has a bone to pick with you. Apparently, he was among the thugs he roughed up along with Dwayne's men. Now he's brought some friends along to even the score. The boxers who hang out at the West Side Gym are nothing but a bunch of gangbangers when they're not in the ring. We spotted two Hell's Legions guys in the bar. Go in there and buy him a drink. Dwayne has called for the Zaps to assemble all the punks in the city to take his head on in a united front.
Hey!
upstanding young men from the West Side Gym would like to have a word with you. A lone wolf who doesn't like to get involved in petty gang feuds. But he's financially strapped, so he's got no choice but to take Glenn's money. Currently a wrestler, but he's an alumnus of the West Side Gym, and apparently, he even got pretty high in the world cruiserweight class rankings.
Come on! Crush it!
something in his head because Grimm is back for more punishment. So be it. Disciples have come to avenge their master's honor. Aw, it's so nice to see such close, unwavering devotion between teachers and their pupils. To hear that the once proud Katanashi has stooped to requesting support from someone outside his circle. I guess they've got us totally surrounded. I guess we've underestimated the Zats this time. While he was initially doing it for the money, he's now playing a deadly game with you. It's finally time for us to clean out the Hell's Legions. Once you've got Glenn groveling at your feet, it's all over for the Hell's Legions. But watch out. He's been known to come heavy, so be careful.
Damn you!
Dwayne's already heard about you taking out the Hell's Legions. He's finally gathered all his heavy hitters to counter your next move. Dwayne has shown himself. He's only going to listen to what we have to say after he's been beaten into submission.
Don't touch my group!
free advice. Get out of this town before you all end up like him.
Yo, get back here! KG! You hear me? KG!
All right, let's rock and roll.
Rest. The gang that kidnapped KG is tearing through the city, setting fire to everything in their path. The outlaws aren't the only ones we have to worry about. These guys call themselves the Shadow Platoon. They're ex-grunts led by some guy named McKinsey. They may have all been in the service, but there's not an ounce of honor between the lot of them. They're nothing but a pack of psychotic meatheads who got kicked out of the army for being too unstable. But they're still a world apart from the typical goons you'd find roaming the streets. If their track record is anything to go by, each one is a major threat in his own right. Spreading to the city center. There's even looting going on around Central Square. Joined the riot to loot and torch everything in sight. They've even got those punks in on the action till they waste to the city. But why? They've even started raising hell on my turf. Have recruited Chris, a brawler who's worked as a bouncer at a bar and is an enforcer for a loan shark downtown. Word is, he's got you in his sights. Brawlers have gotten by on their neutral status because they haven't been affiliated with any gang turfs.
Yo, over here!
boxers have teamed up with the Shadow Platoon to go after Glenn, who's chilling back at their hideout. Some of the boxers from the West Side Gym were known to have had a hand in the rioting, so it seems like the Shadow Platoon were able to bring them on board. Since losing to you in that fight, but he's just turned up. I'm ready to make him a deal, but it looks like he's gotten in deep with the street gangs on the outskirts of the city. I've already prepared the cash. Make short work of those scumbags and get Jake back here in one piece. Buffer zone between the inner city and the residential area of respectable citizens. However, due to the recent downturn in the economy, it has practically become a ghetto. The outlaws have been seen going in and out of the building in that area. I'm guessing that's their hideout. Industrial District. He knows Taekwondo and specializes in conflict resolution. He has no affiliation with the Outlaws or the Shadow Platoon. But in an unfortunate turn of events, one of Dwayne's boys mistook him for a rioter and decked him. On who kidnapped KG and is headed downtown. I know the KG incident makes his blood boil, but it's unlike him to fall for such an obvious trap. The boxers to sever their ties with the Shadow Platoon. It seems obvious to anyone but him that it's not going to go as smoothly as he thinks. They'll see him as a traitor, and he'll have no chance of getting out without a fight. Even if...
How do you like this?
Seems they mistakenly thought he was one of us. Actually, you two should be working together. Go help him, and leave the rest to me.
Down!
should have known better than to let you go alone. Downtown is pretty popular with the looters. Cornered by Kadanashi's disciples into a warehouse. You in a one-on-one battle. Napalm 99 seems keen to see that you get torn to pieces, and he's probably using this as a test to see if Chris has what it takes.
Take him down! Kill him, fool! Kill him!
With their champion. They're going to punish Chris for losing the fight. That's the kind of short-sighted thinking you'd expect from those idiots. You should get back there and give him a hand to get on his good side. Just because the outlaws used him up and spit him out doesn't mean he's unredeemable. looking worse and worse for the urban areas. The mayor has announced a pledge to restore civil order, but we all know that surveillance cameras and steel gates aren't the solution here. We must take matters into our own hands. The street gangs are kicking up a lot of dust in Central Square, and if left uncontrolled, they may start looting again. I want you to go and rough up the Shadow Platoon member who's leading the rioters. Jumped Kadanashi's crew that were protecting the citizens from the rioters. Some of them have been hit so hard they're completely incapacitated. It's probably the work of the Shadow Platoon. Platoon has gotten separated from the rest of his gang and is apparently taking refuge in a motel. Go and convince him to take a long vacation, if you know what I mean. From the Green Hill area. This guy is a bad scene. Nobody wants to scrap with him because he doesn't pull any punches, and he's got the skills to back it up. He's been pretty mellow recently, but I think the rioters who have spread to that area have reignited his bloodthirst.
I'm gonna take you down!
dirty. They know they don't stand a chance against you in unarmed combat, so they started packing weapons. You've definitely got your own unique fighting style. But how are you with weapons? You can hit someone with a weapon, sure. But keep in mind you can also throw it at distant enemies. Once in hand, you'll be tempted to do all the work yourself. But don't forget that you've also got your partner to back you up. Weapons can be passed back and forth between you and your partner. Once you've wiped out these weapon-wielding street gangs, we can really get to work on cleaning up the city. We'll start... Out all of the random stragglers around the busy shopping district. But Alex and Park have barricaded themselves in a bar, and several members of Glenn's team have been wounded pretty badly. cornered in a scrapyard. If we can take them out, Dwayne's crew should be able to take the city outskirts. Around this area have been mopped up by Katanashi's disciples. The few that remain have hit a dead end in a back alley. The main force of the gang that's inciting the rioters is currently in South End. They're former military guys, so they've all had extensive weapons training. Are rumored to have taken refuge in a motel. Those morons are a complete waste of air. Get in there and don't let them escape. Drag them out and make them see the light. One way or another. bar has dealt a serious blow to Park's pride. I'm sure he realizes that his quarrel with us was just a misunderstanding, but he had gone too far to back out. Park wants to settle this old score man to man, so go now and honor that challenge.
Yeah, come on!
Miguel Estevez is the only decent one of the bunch. He's intelligent and industrious. He's getting involved in shadowy dealings to earn cash for him to establish a territory to call their own, so that his friends do not need to lose their lives on petty disputes. But he was a very bad boy yesterday. He pissed on a parked car, and guess who was riding inside? Yours truly. Let's just say I saw something completely unimpressive. Join forces with us. I ordered him to wipe out a rampaging mob downtown. Unsurprisingly, he copped a bad attitude. I can't blame him, really. After all, I'm teaming him up with you, someone who recently kicked him to the curb. But when push comes to shove, Park will be a big help. If for some reason he gets the feeling that you're not looking out for him, he'll go back to being a lone wolf. So don't do anything that'll change his mind. the boxers still haven't graduated from the school of hard knocks. They've joined up with the shadow platoon for even more punishment. Grimm's already gone ahead on his own. I want you to go and give him a hand. Give those boxers a good beating. Miguel's homies are panicking now that he's no longer around to lead them. They've tried to hide out in downtown with the help of some old contacts, but I made sure nobody in that area will give them any help. Take you on. He's been wanting to challenge someone on par with his fighting abilities, so he's psyched to have found you. At first, I thought we should ignore him, but he's been threatening to wage war on our guys if you don't accept. He says that if you can beat him, he'll join our ranks and help us out. Doesn't sound like such a bad deal. Setting up an ambush for us in Central Square. They'll be packing heat for sure, so we're gonna have to play for keeps. Choose your partner carefully for this rumble. The punks who've been tagging along with the Shadow Platoon as well as the Outlaws are starting to feel the squeeze out there. They're afraid they won't have a place to call home after our cleanup. But that'll be the last of their worries. Now they'll get bumped out of town all right. Cleanup in the urban areas, a few Shadow Platoon guys have entered Katanashi's turf. They were probably waiting for the right moment to launch their attack when Katanashi's disciples found them and drove them into a warehouse. We finally cleaned the city of its filth. But our work's not done yet. The gang behind the rioting is fled out to the residential district. The Napalm 99 over at Green Hill. He's been ducking out there ever since we got him on the run. We're going to jump him when he goes out for a bite to eat. Be sure not to cause too much commotion, or else he'll split before you have a chance to catch him off guard. For that reason, I'm sending you in alone. In a building located in the urban district. Stroll right up to his front door and shut him down. His gang has already lost their territory, so crippling their headquarters will further disrupt their chain of command.
I'll cut you in pieces!
excited. But just as we thought things were finally quieting down, our friends McKinsey and Napalm 99 have shown up to party some more. Some of the Zaps and Hell's Legions got capped in the process. Apparently those two were too much for them to handle. Expect them to be playing for keeps. They'll be here any minute. It's probably not what's left of the Outlaws or the Shadow Platoon. Contacts to help me investigate the recent attack. Apparently, we're dealing with an organized crime syndicate known as the Mushin Kai. These guys are professionals. Fearless and cold-blooded contract killers. We've also uncovered that they've got connections that go up to some pretty high places at various corporations. So we know that they're well-financed as well. Looks like we've really kicked the hornet's nest this time.
Hey!
In the south end. Since they're carrying swords, my guess is that they're not here as tourists. But they're not the Mushin Kai's people either. I recognize them as the Tin Jiao, a group that splintered off from Chinatown some time ago. But it doesn't matter, they're small. Led by a killer from the Mushin Kai have reared their ugly faces. It looks like they've received my message. Once they figure out that we won't surrender, they'll send their men to force our hand. Mushin Kai are taking in all the leftover outlaws who were orphaned after we took care of their boss. Downtown. I heard the guys behind the attack are headed towards the Civic Center. They're just puppets of the Mushin Kai, and they won't get away with this. Among the group of attackers was McKinsey. I guess each of the small-time captains are brown-nosing Mushin Kai bigwigs.
All right!
What are you waiting for?
Building is one of their bases of operations. Men brandishing Chinese swords are going in and out of there. Well, just as I thought. The Mushin Kai and the Tin Zhao are working together. Right now, the Mushin Kai guys are nowhere to be seen. Mushin Kai had brought along a real beast. His name is Golem, and he used to be a professional wrestler. His career took a dive when he went overboard and killed his opponent during a match. Ever since then, he's been active as a prize fighter in underground fighting circles. That's my brother, Lin Fong. So he was back in town. But why now? After all this time? When our father died, I was given control over Chinatown. That didn't sit well with my brother, so he skipped bail. So it seems Lin Fong is the one in charge of the Tinjiao now. Seems like Napalm 99 is also reporting to the Mushin Kai now. They put those scumbags in charge of car security. Mushinkai are gaining control of the city's underworld. McKinsey walking together with a Mushinkai killer confirms that. Well, they can take this city over my dead body. They couldn't have pulled this off in such a short time unless it was cut. Lin Feng's men have hit Kadonashi Dojo's turf. Kadonashi's disciples are in way over their heads with the Lin Feng's men, so I'm sending you in to bail them out. Mushinkai is meeting in their urban district hideout right now. Lucky for us, they've assigned guard duty to a bunch of unarmed nobodies. Now's Napalm 99 when he was patrolling the urban district. Being pumped at the chance to settle an old score, he's probably already kicking ass and taking names. but I'd like you to tail him and check the place out. Their headquarters is somewhere in this area. They're not gonna let us escape that easily. Golem's waiting to jump you as you leave the parking lot. And He's got to be up to something. I need to know where their hideout is located and who's pulling the strings behind the scenes. Capture one of the Tinjiao guys. We'll make him talk. We got him to spill pretty much everything we needed to hear. I'll fill you in on the details later, but we don't have time time for chit-chat right now.
Mr. Brawler? This is Lin Fong. What? Are you surprised to hear from me? We'll get over it.
Roger that. Guess it was my bad to send over tongue-tied imbeciles to get the job done.
I told Gollum to kill her the moment he finds her. You probably won't see her again alive.
Listen up. I've only got a few seconds. I saw a window of opportunity and managed to escape. Fong?
Hey.
What are you doing here? Get the hell out!
Hey, sis. Don't you ever wonder how our father died?
What?
Oh, come on. He was old and weak. Survival of the fittest. Simple, really. Believe me, this hurts me too. But I have my orders. Say hello to our father for me.
Lin Fong. He's fled the city. He lived by the motto, might makes right, which is why after being defeated, he probably won't show his face around these parts for a while. From what I overheard when I was held hostage, the leader of the Mushin Kai, the same guy who's trying to gain control of the city, goes by the name of Shin Kai. Heard the commotion and sent out reinforcements. The entrance is blocked, but we may be able to get in from where they came out. We'll simply blow past anyone who gets in our way. access the building from this underground garage, but there are loads of guys waiting for us. They're not even worth our time. Let's take care of them and find the elevator. Their lair. Here come more of them to greet us. It's too bad there isn't a better way for us to exchange pleasantries. But then again, this is a matter of life and death for both parties. Those two bodyguards. We've only got to deal with the head of the Mushinkai, Mr. Shinkai. According to my brother, Shinkai is a master swordsman and one tough warrior.
Kill him now!
Turns out the mayor runs a security firm in the city. He's also running for state governor next month, and his governorship is reported to be a certainty, with the boost in his popularity after he has restored civil order to the city in such a short time. Yet, the city is really no better off than before you got here. You get it? It's not so much that order has been restored. The city fell apart and it's just now been stabilized back to its original state. But this all appears statistically as his accomplishment. The kidnappings, riots, and killers? What do you know? They come just before the governorship election, where he'll be seen as the hero who cleaned up our city. I first thought that it was just a lucky coincidence, but that's not the case. I've checked out these documents you found. It's a contract hiring Shinkai of the Mushinkai to be acting consultant for the mayor's security firm. That's right. The events that plunged the city into chaos were orchestrated by the mayor and Shinkai. The kidnappings were a ploy to get the gangs to fight amongst themselves, while the riots were designed to exacerbate the situation. When it looked hopeless, the Mushinkai gangs moved in and quickly mopped things up. As a quid pro quo, he offered Shinkai the consultancy gig. It was all just a scam to get the mayor into the governor's office.
So, you're the guy I've been hearing so much about. Huh. I've actually called you here to, shall we say, recruit your services.
You want me to replace your dogs?
Very perceptive. Brawn and brains. This should be right up your alley.
Not interested. Aren't you worried that I might go public with our little secret?
Even if you did, it'd be your word against mine.
I see. You're right. And this piece of paper with your signature on it probably won't prove anything. Maybe I can put it up for sale on the internet.
You lousy piece of scum. I don't know where you got that from, but you're gonna hand that over now!
Your reputation's well deserved.
That's why I don't make any friends.
Huh?
But this is how I do my job.
Man, there's something weird in the air. The whole hood's buzzing. Yo, you think the war's starting again?
Man. It's over.